Welcome back to another episode of Real Advice. In today's video, I'll be talking about purchasing investment properties and sharing valuable tips for making smart purchases, as well as addressing common investment mistakes I see people make. Make sure you watch until the end, where I personally share my journey of purchasing my first investment property and provide insights into when I'm thinking of buying next. When buying an investment property, you should have one of the following goals in mind. You can buy a property for rental yield or return, or for capital gain. Achieving both of these is also possible. Whilst a good rental yield is important and can help pay your mortgage without topping up, this can be sometimes difficult to achieve a positive rental yield when the interest rate is so high like it is at the moment. The key to becoming successful is in investing to make capital gain, even if you have to top up your mortgage for a few years to come. So here's a summary when investing in real estate. Number one, when you buy a property, buy with the goal to make capital gains as quickly as possible. Number two, as the capital grows, leverage the current home to buy the next one. Number three, the wealthiest people made their money holding onto their properties long term. They never sell their assets. And number four, avoid buying in the peak. Here are some tips to buy your first home. Purchase a home with a long-term plan. Your first home is not going to be a home forever. Ideally, you want to purchase a 3-bedroom plus home. You can have tenants in. My story, when I bought my property at 48 Harbeck Street in Darlington, it had 4 bedrooms and a sleep out, a double garage. So I used to live in a master bedroom and I rented out every other bedroom. The 3-bedroom and the sleep out. The smallest bedroom was rented for $70 a week. So I didn't even get to pay any mortgage. My mortgage was paid by all the tenants. And I saved money, put money aside, as well as the capital growth of the property. So then I bought my next home, and I kept that house as a rental until it got destroyed by the quake. And when you're purchasing a property, you got to look at two things: capital gain, which is very important. That's how you can move from one investment to the next one, and to the next one, and to the next one. And the quicker that capital gain grows, the better it is. Hence, I suggest avoid buying in the peak. The next one is return on investment. Like, what you yield, does that cover your mortgage or the whole interest, right? And if it doesn't, even if you need to top it up slightly, as long as the capital gain is growing good and you're getting good capital growth, then it's okay, because long term, the goal is, okay, you're just trying to top it up slowly, a little bit, then just a matter of time for you to move into the next property, and hopefully the capital gain has grown and the interest rate has dropped, and now it's not, you don't have to top up your property that you've bought, because the yield, the return, is now covering your mortgage. Next one is, when you move into the next property, as I discussed, your capital, your home value would have gone up from, let's say you bought it for today, that property price maybe for $500,000. In 2-3 years time, it will be hopefully $580,000, and $580,000 you can borrow against the equity that you have in this property, in this investment property, that you hopefully you'll be able to rent out and move into your next home. Another option is, if you're a builder or if you're a tradesperson and can renovate, that's pretty good way to build capital as well, because you can buy a property somewhere that needs a bit of work. As you put work into it, the house looks better. Now you can revalue the property once you're all done with it. Then you can leverage that property to buy the next one. And subscribe to our channel below and comment and ask questions. If there's any questions that you have, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to answer those for you. What to avoid when you're looking to purchase an investment property, first or second investment property. First one, this quote here, I say this all the time, and it's something that I live by. Warren Buffett said, be scared when people are greedy, when and be greedy when people are scared. He talks about the peak and the trough. In the peak, 2021, 2022, everybody want to buy places, like we're gonna run out of houses. So he was talking about that. Be scared, sit back, don't buy in the peak. And then be greedy when people are scared. Now is kind of the time, like, when people are like on the edge, they're not sure what's gonna happen, the interest rate is so high. So be scared when people are greedy, be greedy when people are scared. And I think this time is coming when people are gonna be scared and you can get some real good deals as you do when it's a trough, when it's the coldest state. Try not to buy with emotion. Investment property, if it's a home that you're gonna live forever, your dream home, then that's okay. You can pay a little bit more for it because over 20 years time, it'll be okay. And you're not really looking to grow your capital, right? Where investment property, especially if it's a first investment property, you cannot buy with your heart. You gotta buy it just logical numbers and figures, just to see if it's gonna pay for your mortgage, if it's gonna have good enough return for you to be able to either top it up slightly or covers the interest rate ideally, and how quick the capital is going to grow. There was this thing, like, I read in one of the books, I think it was Robert Kiyosaki's book. He's a real estate guy. If you haven't read some of his books, I've got some book recommendations in a minute. His books are amazing. He said, like, if it was he or somebody else said it, but it was 100 homes, look at 100 homes, make 100 offers, and then buy one property. Yes, it can get annoying. You're going to drive some real estate agents crazy. But the goal for you is this, not to make people happy. It's about how you can buy the best investment there is so you can build your wealth or your family's wealth, right? So making offers, plenty of offers before you buy one. This one here is an interesting one. People say buying townhouses because they're slightly cheaper. Yeah, they might be slightly cheaper. In fact, now it's like it's actually probably not even cheaper than buying homes. Townhouses never been great investments, especially for your first and second investments. So stay away from townhouses because they don't do big capital growth. Now, the example that I have, we just sold a townhouse down Worcester Street, Unit 5, I think it's 428 Worcester Street. Trev bought the property, I'm sure Trev wouldn't mind me hearing this story, bought the property from an investment firm called Quantum. Apparently it was founded in 2011, and I just looked at it. It's founded, they said the investment firm was founded in 2016. You got to be mindful of buying things from investment firms because what they do, their goal is obviously to make money. They're not bad people. They're in the business of making money. You got to be very careful buying from the firms and just buying it blindly because they sell you things like you're going to get good capital growth or whatever. Trev bought a place, a townhouse, Unit 5, 428 Worcester Street, on the market with us currently. In 2013, I believe it was, 2013, he bought it off plan as it was being finished from an investment firm. Investment firm was selling for a developer. He paid $405,000 for it. About 11 years ago, 2013, okay? Now we just got under contract for $425,000. That's only $20,000 growth, and that's going to go on our commission. They will pay our commission from that $20,000, whatever it was, the capital growth. So you're not going to have much capital growth. I've said this before. Watch the townhouse video that we've put together here. That will give you why I think townhouses aren't the best investment. And buying from the investment firms or developers, the goal is to buy it as cheap as possible. And if you're buying through an investment firm, perhaps the investment firm will have some extra, they will charge you extra because the developers pay them, and how the developer is going to make money, they're going to charge slightly more. You're buying it through investment. Maybe you can approach the developers directly and buy from developers for $25,000, $30,000 less. And then the most important thing I feel like is you've got to educate yourself, because finances, like that's an important part. Like, everybody wants to do well financially, right? And if you want to do well financially, grab some books because it's going to help you, help your family, help your next generation. It's too important of a decision to just go and follow somebody just told you to buy something and you just buy it, right? So read books. A couple of recommendations that I have is, one of my favorite ones is anything written by Robert Kiyosaki. He's an amazing investor. He owns worth of real estate, billions of dollars of real estate. That's billions with a B. He's written some great books. Think and Grow Rich is a brilliant one when it comes to building wealth. And then Money Master, one by Tony Robbins, brilliant one I've just finished reading again. And then also trying to avoid a rat race. What I mean by rat race is trying to, if somebody wants to buy things bigger, more than their means, don't buy into that, because at the moment, like social media, obviously it's very easy to buy into the trap. Think about long term rather than short term. I know it's an instant gratification society. We want to make sure, like, we want things now, but it's a long term game. Real estate, building wealth, making life better for your family, for your next generation after that, is a long-term game, not a short-term thing. So think carefully, be careful, ask questions, make sure, question everything that people suggest to you, and then make your own educated decision. It's, as I said, it's too much of a big decision to just make it just in an instant. We're here in Christchurch, and that's the city that I know the most. That's where Najib is located. My thoughts on what suburbs to purchase your investment properties would be suburbs like Sprayton, Summerfield, Sydenham, over the other side of the east side. Nothing wrong with that either. Some areas are very, very nice suburbs, like Darlington could be a nice area. It's up and coming. It's up and coming again after the quake, close to the city. St Albans, Avonhead, Burnside. And the reason behind those areas is because those suburbs are affordable. Avonhead and Burnside may be slightly higher, affordable, and also then great school zoning, especially like you go to Sprayton, Cashmere High, or you go to Burnside High, around Burnside or Avonhead kind of area. And those, whilst the yield may not be fantastic if you go to Burnside and Avonhead, because you pay slightly more for properties, you'll have more capital growth. When I will be looking to buy my next investment, when will I buy my next property? Watch the video above. I speak about the cycle of real estate. The best time to buy is in the trough. And trough is the coldest day or the winter. I feel like, from the studies that I've been doing for years, I feel like last quarter of 2024, for the first and second quarter of 2025, that will be the 6 to 9 months where the price is going to be at its lowest. That is when I will be looking to buy. Like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.